Today we are going to discuss one more important topic, that is Apex classes in Salesforce. In last session we discussed introduction and what are the data types available in the Apex. So this is continuation to that, and so this is very important topic. If you want to write any Apex triggers, or if you want to write any invocable Apex classes, so obviously you need to have a fair idea about Apex classes. What is Apex classes? So today our agenda is what is Apex class and whoops concepts and access specifiers and what is the class variables and static variable, invoking Apex class containing both instance method and static methods. So this is we are going to discuss in today topic. So how to declare any Apex class? So this is a syntax. So first thing, you have three things: private, public, and global. This is called access specifiers, and after that you have something called virtual and abstract. So and after that you have something called with sharing and without sharing. These keywords are using for the sharing things, and after followed by class. This is a keyword, and you can mention your class name, and if you want to implement any interfaces or extend any abstract classes, you can do that one. And after that, in this curly braces, you will have the class, body class. So we will discuss each and every whatever we mentioned here. We are going to discuss in depth here. So first thing we have to understand uh, access specifiers. So if you see here, we mentioned three things: private, public, and global. So if you mention access specifier as a public, means this class visible in your application or a namespace. That means this, if you mention the public, means it will be visible in your application or in the namespace. Within that namespace you can able to access. If you mention the private access specifier, means it is visible to the local, like inner classes. If within that inner classes, that is access only within that class. So if you mention global access specifier, means it will be visible across all the Apex classes. So you can able to access throughout all the Apex classes. And you have something called sharing modes. So if you see, after that you have something called with sharing and without sharing keywords, right? So this is also in interview, most of the times they will ask one question. So by default all Apex classes will execute in the system context. So if you mention with the sharing, means, so this Apex class, instead of the system context, it will going to run in the user context. That means it will the user roles and profiles get applied. So if you don't mention with sharing, means, so it going to run on the system mode. That means these rules will not, sharing rules will not get applied. So after this we are going to see how to write a Apex class. So if you want to write any Apex class, you can go to file in the developer console, new, click on the Apex class. So it's going to create like a access specifier. I mentioned with sharing keyword and class. This is a keyword, and my class name is my Apex class. So here I declare two variables, integer a equal to 2, integer b equal to 3. These variables called instance variables. Instance variables. And I mention other variable with a static keyword. Since I mentioned this keyword with a static, this is called as a static variable. So my class, I created four, not four, one, two, three, four, five methods. So the first method, I return a public void my test, and other one is my test2, and I created two methods. If you see, only two methods have the static keyword, remaining all methods I don't have any static keyword. So that means these methods called static methods. Static method. These methods, the all remaining methods called instance methods. So this is all called. So I have 4 instance method, 2 static method. So if you see the first method, simply I am putting debug message. This method will not return anything, simply it will return void, so just a debug message. Second one, what I did, it is also it will not, this method will not return anything, but in the system.debug I put add 2 and 3, this 2 and 3 value, and I am calling another method called add. So this add method having a return type of integer. That means this method should return integer data types. If you see, if you mention this integer or string, anything, any return type means it should have a return keyword. So since it should return integer, I added a and b, and this will return add. And two remaining static methods, simply I put debug message. So in order to invoke these methods, you need to go to anonymous window, and for calling instance methods, you need to create object. If you see, my class is my class name, and I creating instance of this class by using new keyword. So this keyword will do, it will create object, new will create object for this class, and by using this one I am calling all the instance method. My test is a instance method, my test2 also instance method, add also instance method. And if you see these static methods, you no need to create object, you can directly call by using the class name. So I am calling directly my apex class dot test, my apex class dot test2. But if you want to create instance methods, you need to create object for that class, and you need to invoke that method. So this is very important point. So if anyone asks, so how to call instance method, you need to create object by using new keyword, and you need to call that method. If you want to create any static methods, you no need to create object, you can call directly with the class name dot that method name. So if I execute this one, see, if I go to my Apex class, so first I am calling this one, right? So I am expecting hello to Salesforce Apex. So let's see. See, this is a debug message, hello to Salesforce Apex. Second, I am expecting, I am calling the my test 2. So add 2 and 3. So 2 plus 3, I am expecting 5 here. See, add 2 and 3, it's a 5. It printed. And if I call this test method, it will return inside static method with void. Insert static method with void debug message. And if I see here, I am printing insert static method, but I am appending static integer 4. So insert static method 4, that should be displayed. Insert static method 4. So this is what Apex class is. So in Apex class, what are the things you need to understand? So what is class, and what are the access specifiers, what is sharing keywords, and how to invoke a class instance methods, and static methods. So these are the topic you need to understand. And by default, Apex classes will run in the system mode. If you mention with sharing means, it will going to run on the user context. That means the sharing rules and the roles will getting applied. That means, for example, you written one query where that user not able to see certain field means, will if you run in with sharing means, so that fields will not be visible. Whatever the access he has, only those field will be visible. Thank you guys.